What is happening, guys? Welcome to the Monday After stream. I'm FPL Dave, and what a game week I have had. Is the music too loud? It's screaming in my ears. It's I was kind of having a little bit of a party in here while I was getting ready, because I'm honestly writing everything down and putting all the stuff ready for the stream. Like, I'm just smiling the whole time. Like, I've had such a good game week, and I'm going to show you guys that. We're going to go and we've got a few things to talk about. A lot of housekeeping, actually. Funnily enough, I never do housekeeping, and then I did it last week, and now it's like a thing. Sean, it's Raw, Liam, welcome to the chat, guys. Welcome. Sean says, was it the Vardy party by any chance? I didn't have a single player that scored higher than 9 points, and I still had one of my best game weeks ever. So, but first we'll have a look at the schedule for today. Awesome. So housekeeping, like I said, then we're going to go through the analysis and look at, basically talk about Leicester most of the time. Because I mean, holy shit, how do we even fathom that? The highest scoring ever away game in the history of England. That's mental. Also gonna be looking at Man City, Man United again. We talked about a little bit. Talked about bringing in Martial last week. He scored, missed a penalty. Should have had 2 goals. And we'll also talk about Liverpool, because when do we not talk about Liverpool? You know, we've got a sore ankle for Salah. Mane returned. He's rising in price tonight, I'm pretty sure, etc. I thought we'd look at defenders. There's a lot of people who wanted to get rid of Otamendi and have a few blankers, and, you know, the double up in Liverpool and blah blah blah. So I thought I'd have a look and see what tasty defenders there are out there for you guys. And then the last but not least is viewer rate my teams. So let's just do it. First things first, housekeeping. I have a league, and I'm going to show you it right now. So this is the streaming league, and I'm not going to tell anyone about it except for you guys. And it's basically just how we can kind of see each other's teams, and I can keep track of you guys that are coming every week, and you guys can keep track of me, because I'm always curious about what you guys are up to. You come on here, you ask your questions, and then you leave, and I never get to see your teams like progress during the week or during the weekend. Sometimes I want to see if punts made it, etc. So I've made a league, and this is it here. It's called FPL Dave's Sexy Stream League. And it's just me in it right now. It's just me in it. But the code is... Oops, that's not it. The code is this guy. So I'm going to post that in there. All right. And people on YouTube can also come in and just let me know. Let me know if you've got any ideas for it, or if you want to add 2 teams maybe, and you don't want to tell FPL guys. I won't tell them, don't worry. But yeah, it's just a fun way to keep track. So that is it. Housekeeping number 1. The second housekeeping, I finally got the membership to the Fantasy Football Scout. Finally managed to do it. And it's really thanks to all you guys. In particular, Andy from Let's Talk FPL sent me some money halfway to get in the membership, and then our friend Tom, who lives in China, he also sent me actually enough money to buy it outright, and was just like, I'm sick of you doing it. He tried to do it as a joke and send it, but I wasn't streaming, so I just got an email that popped up saying you've been given XYZ from Tom on PayPal, and I was like, what is this? And then he sent me a picture of it, and it just said like, Delafeu has given you £17.50 or whatever. So he'd actually changed his name on Twitch to make it look like Delafeu had sent me money. So thank you very much, Tom. It would have been a great joke, but no one was watching it. But yeah, thanks very much. So I finally got it, and I've been messing about with it, and I've been given permission to show you guys one thing per week. I can't sell you the whole farm, but I can show you a few chickens, if you know what I mean. So we're going to be doing that today. Exactly, Samosa. Delafeu is the worst. But yeah, I can't believe he did that as well. I so wish that was on stream. Everyone would have been able to see it, and we could have laughed and laughed. So finally got the membership, league code, and obviously I announced last week, Tom from Who Got the Assist is going to be on the stream on Thursday. Are you guys all coming? Let me know if you're coming, because it's going to be awesome. I want to give him a warm welcome. I want him to feel at home. It's going to be the biggest guest we've had here. And yeah, I really hope he has a good time, because he deserves it. He was a trooper last time and it all went to shit. So I'm hoping it can all go well this time. So we need to talk about who I'm dressing up as, is what I was going to say. I want to, just because of the stream, I want to talk about dressing up as like the guy from Shaun of the Dead, because we keep mentioning it, we keep talking about it. My team's name is Simon Pegg, for fuck's sake. Like, we're gonna have to do it. Yeah, Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. Next week then. Oh yeah. It's game week 11 for the points update. I'm pretty sure scoring starts game week 11 for that league, by the way. If you're wondering why I'm drinking out of a McDonald's cup, it's because I got a McDonald's. But don't worry, because I put bourbon in it. Because I asked them, but they didn't sell it with bourbon in it, so I put some in it there. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Let's get straight. You're Scottish, don't you go over there every day? What, to McDonald's? Is that a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. I thought everyone liked McDonald's. I mean, I go to McDonald's a lot, but I have been doing that even when living in, Canada. It's not just a Scottish thing. Well, I know I have a shite diet, so that kind of, I guess I'm adding to it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about was my week, so I'm going to show you that right now. Bam. Like I said, no players over the 10-pointer mark. Kevin De Bruyne obviously captain, so he gets 12, but he only scored 6. Luckily, I brought in David Silva last week. Like I was talking to you guys about, it was a toss-up, right? I was going to bring in David Silva and Martial for Son and Cantwell. I would say I was about 5 or 6 minutes off of the actual deadline before I made my transfers, and I just decided, like, I'm not going to take the hit, because I've taken too many hits. I'm too far behind. I don't know if he's going to bang. We don't know anything. We don't even know if he's going to play. But yeah, he actually got a penalty given to him, and he scored after it, despite missing the penalty. So it would have been good. However, if you notice, Aguero got 1 point. We all seen Aguero not start. Everyone was surprised. I was raging. So I actually had a decent week despite not owning Vardy, Tielemans, Chilwell, Sterling, who got 22 points if you captained him. So yeah, despite not owning a lot of decent, well scoring players, I still got 8 returns total. That Schmeichel Soy double up on Friday, if you remember, the average score for the week was 7. And that's mostly because of everyone who owns Soy. Soy is actually at 8% owned. But because I have both him and Schmeichel, it meant that I had like 13. So going into Friday, it was actually, I had a decent start to the week despite not owning any of the attackers. And then on Saturday, after Saturday was all said and done, and the captain of De Bruyne and the David Silva thing, where that kind of swapped from De Bruyne getting the goal to Silva, I actually preferred that. So even though I think it would have turned out at the time before bonus was calculated that I would have got less points if it swapped over because I captained Kevin De Bruyne, it meant that Mendy was shot out of the equation and Sterling got an extra 2 points if he captained him, and that was worth it, I think. In terms of overall, especially since a lot of the overall player or managership or whatever, they all have Kevin De Bruyne, but they don't all have David Silva. So it like sharing the points between those two worked out well in my favor. So that was good. That was decent. The Firmino curse. It's Raw has reminded me. Yes, that continues. That continues. Like I tweeted, unfortunately, let's look at his history. I have owned him here and here. And I've missed 9, 8, 12, 8, and 5. And I've had in 5 game weeks, 10 points. When will I take him out? Vardy costs just a bit less than him. So it might be this week. Maybe. But I do have Aguero. And Aguero has not been doing well. Nor has he been starting. So what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So will the Stream League carry overall points? I don't think so. I think it just starts game week 11, whatever we score, and we go from there. I'm actually thinking of getting Delafeu. We shall see. Please don't do that. I mean, yeah, no. Watford are literally last in the league. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Oh, Sean captained him. Aguero. Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't the best start to the the game, especially when Sterling goes off and does that. So yeah, despite everything, I started the correct players. I was very close to benching Soy because Southampton had never scored at home. That turned out well in the end. It was a toss-up between Cresswell and Lundstrom. In the end, it didn't really matter. So yeah, best team that I could have hoped for. I could have benched Aguero and Cresswell in his place and gotten 1 more point, but whatever. So my transfers have already been done. Correct. My transfers have already been done, which is kind of scary because there's a lot of League Cup action happening. There's a lot of potential injuries. I hate doing it. Can you guys guess who I brought in? And for who? And I'll give you another hint. I actually made 2 transfers and took a hit. If anyone gets it, by the way, I'm going to be so surprised. Oh, I need to change the curse. I need to change the curse stuff. Vardy for Aguero and Salah for David Silva. I think I could have afforded that. Good guess, but incorrect. Aguero to Vardy and Cantwell to Tielemans / Madison. Very close, very close. You're both right with the Vardy to Aguero. I had... how much did I have when I did that? I think I had about 7 million to play with after that downgrade. I'll show you right now. That's the team. That is the team. I've done Vardy instead of Aguero. And I've actually taken out Cantwell and replaced him with Sterling. Now that is an upgrade. That is a belter of an upgrade. Now the problem with that move was that I had to do that. Like on Saturday night. Because if I didn't do it, Vardy was going up, Aguero was going down, and Cantwell was going down, which would have been 0.3 million. And I only had like enough money, 0.2 million. So I would have been totally priced out from that. So getting Aguero out and getting Sterling in was a priority. Because Sterling was just hurting too much. Aguero was hurting too much. And I managed to bring in one of the most informed strikers right now with Vardy. So Vardy and Sterling in already for a hit. And Cantwell and Aguero out. And I'm actually very happy with that. We recorded the Fantasy Weekly podcast tonight. And I told them my transfers. And they were like, yep, absolutely. Totally would have done it as well. Which is great when FPL General is literally telling you on Skype that you made the right decision. It feels nice. I feel validated. Aguero for anybody and Silva for Sterling. Yeah, no, I'm going to keep Sterling for 1 more week. I don't really know how that's going to work out. But, you know, he's got Southampton. and then Liverpool. Now I want actually Mane, so if I take David Silva out and get Mane, I think I've got enough to do that if I downgrade Cresswell. So that's what I'm kind of planning to do in the next couple of games. Next couple of game weeks, I'm going to be downgrading Cresswell for someone, potentially like maybe bring Kelly back in, or downgrade to a 4.5, whoever I decide to do. We're actually going to look at that today, what defenders are decent. And then the game week after, I can do David Silva to Mane and have enough for that. If I downgrade Firmino as well. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that does. Grapevines. Do I need to get rid of Otamendi this week? Great question. Josh Online. Captain Sterling versus Southampton or sticking to Kevin? What do you guys think I'm doing? Asking me who I'm captaining. KDB. Always captain Kevin De Bruyne. I feel like it's an easy choice. If I was telling you guys who to captain, I would absolutely tell you guys to captain Sterling, because he's in form. He's doing bits since Mendy came back, and there's no point in not, because I'm sure he'll play. Unless he plays 90 minutes, then it's a bit of an issue. But I'm sure the form he's in, and the way he plays when Mendy's on the pitch, it's really difficult for Pep to deny him that game time. However, the first time I captained Kevin De Bruyne, during my always captain Kevin De Bruyne campaign, he returns for me. And it's the first time my captain has returned in an extremely long time. Let's count, right? So, blank for Abraham, blank for Aguero, blank for Abraham. This is so sad. Blank for Sterling. Oh, and then the vice captain goes to Salah instead of De Bruyne for only 5 points. I feel like that's a loss in itself, because everyone had De Bruyne vice captain there. So that's a blank. And then before that, Sterling blank. Before that, this is so sad. Sterling blank. Before that, there we go. Game week 3 is the last time I've picked a captain who returned. So I can't do that to my boy Kevin De Bruyne. The very first time I do it, and I start this campaign of always captaining him, and he returns. So I'm going to have to just leave him in. I'm going to have to leave him. Sticking to Kevin. Grapevines. Do I need to get rid of Otamendi this week? Absolutely. I feel like he was a good choice because there was injuries. But then he played so shit that he lost a place to a centre defensive midfielder. That's how bad he is as a player. He played so poorly. They lost. I would say that he was probably their main reason for losing to Wolves. That 2-0, he played atrociously. He was slide tackling all over the place. He was missing the ball. He was out of position. He was getting ran through very easily. I think you need to get rid of him. He's just shit. He's a shit player. And the problem with having shit players in your team that play for Man City is that he's already a rotation machine. And yeah, so I don't think you could do it. Who do you transfer in though from Otamendi? Do you stay in City or do you go with someone else? It's actually something we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. So, stay tuned. But first, let's talk about the main man of the game week 10. Here it is here. Southampton 0, Leicester 9. Jamie Vardy steals the show. He is on fire right now. He is on fire. Like, there's no way to look at it differently. If you take out this game, because obviously, there was a red card and they absolutely stomped a really shit Southampton side. I wouldn't say that Leicester were exceptional. They just, I think it was David Munday who wrote an article on Fantasy Football Scout, and he said, I'm quite candid and I don't emphasize things too much when I write articles, but they actually played Southampton played like they weren't on the pitch. They played so poorly. And if you watch the game on Friday, you know that they absolutely tore into them. Now the problem with having any of the midfielders in Leicester is simply that they all kind of stopped after 4 goals, after 5 goals. generally you don't know where they're coming. Like Maddison played well. It was a shame he only got 1 goal. Tielemans played well. He was a bit more attacking, and I liked him a lot. But again, he's not going to do that every game. And Perez played on the right-hand side, and he played fantastic. But then again, like, that's where all the goals were coming from because of the red card. So I actually just 100% prefer Jamie Vardy, because you know he's going to be involved all the time. You know he's going to be up there. He's got penalties. And after about 50 minutes, and they were like 5-0 up or whatever, everyone kind of stopped. They were playing for style points. They were kind of loose balls. They weren't really pressing. The only player to be constantly attacking, still going, hammering in, playing like it was 2-1 down, was Jamie Vardy. And that comes from Jehovah's thickness in the chat just now. We were messaging on WhatsApp, and he was like, yeah, no, Vardy's a machine, and he always plays like he's losing. It's a great, and that's the kind of player you want to own, right? So it's really difficult to look anywhere else. 10 appearances and 9 goals this season. Under Brendan Rodgers, he has 19 goals in 21 appearances. If you take the last game, which even if it was a freak game, right? Now we know he was playing well, but he didn't score until their 5th goal. So let's take his hat-trick away, right? That's still 16 goals in 20 games. And again, if you take the Newcastle game, because there was a red card, and he scored twice? Did he score twice? I think he scored twice against Newcastle. Yeah, scored twice. So if we take those away, then that means he's got 14 goals in 19 appearances under Brendan Rodgers. That is still fucking fantastic. That's still amazing. So good. So good. It's Ross says this game was the dream. Yeah, I can't believe that we got to witness that. So good. So yeah, Vardy, even if you take these freak games away, was still playing so well. And he's such an informed player. And to top it all off, to top everything off for any Leicester player, is that their fixtures are incredible. So I know it shows all green. Well, let's actually use our fixture tracker here, right? So I'm going to refresh before it refreshes on me. Claters is in the chat. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Liam says he had Perez at the start of the season. Yeah, didn't everyone? Everyone had Perez at the start of the season, and now everyone's wishing they kept him for that 20 points. But I feel like he's still not worth it. He's still. I would like the 20 points in the game week 1. Then he might have been worth it. But yeah, no, it's a good point. Everyone jumped on him, and if you remember, if you were here before we started the season, and I was streaming back then, like 11 weeks ago or whatever, I mentioned with the fixture tracker that they have the 3rd hardest fixture run in the first 8 game weeks, and then after that is a time to be bringing them in. Now even with that, they scored 14 goals and they conceded 7 goals. Leicester did, and that was against 4 of the top 6 teams that they played in the first 8: Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, and Tottenham, and they scored 14 goals. That's a really good for the 3rd worst start to the season out of any team in the Premier League. So can their form continue? Absolutely. If you look at their next 5 games, so from game week 13 to game week 17, which is Brighton on to Norwich, they have the best fixtures, right? Now I've omitted Crystal Palace away and Arsenal at home, so I've taken those out of it. They're top. If we add those 2 game weeks in and look at it from game week 11, so it'd be 7 game weeks, they're actually still top. They're still top. Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Brighton, Everton, Watford, Aston Villa, and Norwich. So how can you justify not having at least a few of their players? Soy for the cheap, Chilwell if you want to double up in defence, or Schmeichel because he is actually Like I brought him in game week 8 because of his Denmark performance. Like he was already Leicester are already doing really well in the league, but he absolutely dominated in that Denmark game on Wednesday, I think it was, the international break. And I brought him in because from game week 9 onwards they had really good fixtures, and I rate Leicester's defense better than their attack despite that, 9-0. So I doubled up, and Schmeichel's actually got 2 save points in the last 2 game weeks, which you don't expect from a team that are doing so well in defense. But yeah, doubling up, you've got Chilwell, you've got Soy, you've got Schmeichel, and then in attack it's really difficult to pick who to do, because like other than Vardy, you've got Maddison, Barnes, Perez, and Tielemans, and it's kind of like owning West Ham midfielder, right? Lanzini, Fanderson, sorry, and Yarmolenko, right? Now they all look good, but it's anyone's guess who's going to return. Yarmolenko's been a little bit more selfish recently, so he's probably the better pick overall, and he did play well on the weekend and should have got more points than he did. But that 45-minute benching was a bit worrying in game week 9, etc., etc. Whereas in this side, Perez is rotation risk, so's Barnes. Tielemans is probably going to play the most, and Maddison's obviously on corners and stuff, but he doesn't really return as much or get really high up. I think someone in the chat had said, is Mahrez going to be playing deep? I think I've seen that. I think it's away now. I don't actually know how it's going to work. Obviously, there was a bit of a shuffle to be more heavy on the right-hand side when they were playing against Southampton because of the, they adapted based on the weaknesses of their opponent. But I'm just not scared of Maddison at all. I don't think I would want to own him. I think I'd prefer Tielemans, actually, just because of his output and because of his previous season and how good he was playing last year. And now they've found form and they found the fixtures. He's going to probably going to be scoring a little bit more. Whereas he was a bit more standoffish in the bigger teams, and they were just kind of using Vardy to loft the ball to. Whereas now, because the defense is more solid, they're playing weaker teams, he's able to move up more. So I really do like Tielemans. Let me have a look at chat. Had Perez at the start of the season. Chelsea, not Arsenal. Matip has been rumoured to be out for a while. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think Maddison is a great asset in FPL. He's an excellent player, but not going to be an FPL point scorer, I don't think. Yeah, it's the same every week, right? He does well. He looks great. He gets an assist or a goal every couple of game weeks, but he doesn't have a high ceiling. He's always kind of like, if he hadn't scored that free kick, it's a blank. So I feel like owners could probably keep him. There's no point in sideways swapping. There never is. Like a lot of people who owned Mount and swapped to Hudson-Odoi found out this week. So apologies if anyone did that. I did tell you not to. I didn't think he would get fucking benched, but sideways swaps are never good. I never ever condone them. And it's mostly because of that Richarlison Walcott shit that happened last season, that red card, game week 3, I think. That train was very fast and crashed almost immediately. So yeah, it's just kind of lessons learned. We don't do it. A Leicester away game has now been upgraded to a 4 on FDR. Yep, their defense is phenomenal. Like, their whole system is swapped. They've got a really decent way of, their fullbacks are kind of just like, they run all over the place. Now usually when you're in attack, your fullbacks are kind of a weakness point, but what they do is they don't overlap as much. Chilwell and Pereira kind of stay wide unless Pereira is doing that dribbling thing where he goes through the middle. So they actually swap over, and it's more akin to like Man City's play. So I was actually really impressed. So I prefer their defensive assets. Any Salah plans, or are you staying clear? I don't know what's happening with his ankle. I think he's a better pick than Mane just now, unless his ankle's bad. And that's simply because of games like we saw last night, where Salah still got more points despite it just being a penalty, because he's got that in him. And also because his form's going to be coming back. However, an injury dampens all of that. So I think I'm going to stay clear until we figure out what's going on. And Mane's actually getting to the point where he's so close in price that if I jump on Mane, it's not hard to get to Salah from there. So Oh, I think I put too much bourbon in that. That's really strong. Okay, so like I said, Leicester, fucking awesome. Right, let's move on. Talking about Manchester City now. There's been an Aguero like fuck up somewhere. Someone told me he was a good pick, and I brought him in game week 6, and he's done nothing since then. If he's played, he's gotten no goals. I think he got an assist one of the game weeks where he came in off the bench. He's been benched twice, and all the rules that we thought were good for Aguero just turned out not to be true. He doesn't get rested in the cups. In the early stages of the Champions League either. He doesn't play all the home games and get subbed all the away games. He doesn't come in, with 40 minutes to go, etc., and do well. He just hasn't been doing it. He did it in the start of the season. Something's going on with him, and we don't know what it is. So, Aguero's no longer a good pick. I've changed him to Sterling. I brought in David Silva. I don't think he's a long-term punt. I think he was just decent for now. But like I said before, all eyes are on Bernardo Silva. Last week we discussed how whenever Bernardo Silva plays on the left, Sterling is benched. Whenever he plays on the right, Mahrez is benched, and that is every single time so far this season. So if Bernardo Silva leaves because of whatever suspension, or if he gets injured, then Sterling and Mahrez immediately become better punts. So David Silva could turn to Mahrez very easily. Mahrez is going down in price. He would be a lot cheaper. And you'd think maybe that means that Bernardo Silva is a good shout. He is, but again, you'd have to be paying a bit of money and know that he doesn't play as much as Sterling does. So it would be silly to not jump on Sterling instead. Now, most people already have him. I still think Aguero is the better player, but if he doesn't play, I'm not spending 12.2 million on him. Here's what I've found. Someone tweeted, Bowstring the Carp at Matt Kearney 92. Bernardo Silva a thread. So he's basically said that he wanted to find out more about what's going on with his ban, and he has nothing better to do, which was great for us. Then he goes into the articles, and he's got pictures here and stuff about what you're supposed to be doing, the respawn time, etc. So he got extended till the 21st, and then on the 21st, Bernardo would have to lodge a plea as per Article 4.4 and how he wants to proceed with the dealings. So that's basically him saying whether he thinks that he shouldn't be, not guilty or guilty. So if he pleads not guilty on the 21st of October, which was, a week ago, he has the right to appeal the charge, and a notice of the intention to appeal should be made within 7 days, which is today, right? With the actual notice of appeal being submitted no later than 14 days, which is the 4th of November. So he has up until the 4th of November to lodge an official appeal, in which case we'll probably hear about it. Upon receiving the notice of appeal by no later than November 2nd, which I think is a typo, 4th of November, the appeal board should then respond within 21 days, which is up until the 25th of November, and then during this time, an appeal hearing date should be decided and any postponement should be set out clearly. So that means that if he says that he's not guilty, he could potentially still be playing way into December. The FA have had no communication with the media or public with what plea Bernardo Silva responded to. By now there should be some announcement with 1, his plea, and 2, if the plea is not guilty, and if there's an intention to appeal. So if he appeals it, then it means that he could still be playing for a long time. And if he doesn't appeal it, then we'll find out in like a couple of weeks. But the point is that he's probably here for a while. So we should assume that he's not going out anywhere, which means that Mahrez is not a good pick anymore. He's just absolutely not. And Sterling is still in danger of being rotated, but just not enough fear of rotation to put me off getting him. Because quite honestly, Jesus is being utilized way more than Aguero at this point in time. The last couple of game weeks, Pep seems to like him. I don't see it. Maybe I'm biased with Aguero. So yeah, I think I'm going to be okay with owning Sterling, but I would definitely think about getting Mahrez if he gets banned, if Bernardo gets banned. So looking at the fixtures, like we talked about with Otamendi being shite, it's kind of stones or nothing now, right? In terms of who we want to get in their defense that's cheap. In terms of the center backs, right? So Stones is going to be playing. They're playing with Fernando, or Fernandinho, sorry, or whoever they can. I know Rodri's injured, but Gundogan can play in that position. So they do have cover everywhere. But despite a couple of injuries to key people, Otamendi's not getting a game. He's not getting a game, and it's phenomenal that they that he's even still. They need to spend money there. I don't know why they haven't, but yeah, it just, one key injury in there. They're not doing well. However, we do have Mendy and we have Cancelo. Now, what I will say about both of them is Mendy is first choice. He makes everyone play better. He just has that more attacking thing. He can also get back. He makes some silly tackles. He gets yellow carded a little bit too much. But that might go away after he's back. He's a bit rusty. So yeah, I think Mendy's a great choice. If you've got enough and you don't want 3 attackers, then I think Mendy's an absolute fine person to come in, because he's gonna, like you've seen, he does have crosses in him. I think he crossed his very first game back. He got 6 crosses and 3 accurate crosses. We can actually look. I haven't checked yet. Let's go into the stat mode. Stat mode. Who scored? So let's go and have a look to see what the how he did. Apologies for not having this up already. Okay, so you go to player statistics after you find the game that you want, and you go down to passing, because that's what we're interested in. Benjamin Mendy, 3 crosses in the last game. Now, against a hard Aston Villa side, that's decent. The only player to do better is Bernardo Silva, and like we've talked about, he's not a good asset. But then obviously our main man, Kevin De Bruyne, with 11 crosses. That is phenomenal. He's so good, and 9 accurate crosses. If you don't have Kevin De Bruyne in yet, you have no excuse. You have absolutely no excuse. But Mendy is a better asset, I think, than Cancelo, because Mendy has he's competing with Zinchenko, who's injured, and Cancelo's competing with Walker, who's not injured, and is also someone who Pep agrees with a lot. So yeah, I think Mendy is a decent option. FPL Tips is in the house. How's it going, buddy? City fixtures aren't good enough to have their defense. Don't do it. I don't like any of their defense apart from maybe Mendy, but can't be arsed spending the money in defense. Agreed. Apart from Trent Alexander-Arnold, obviously. Taking the risk of only having one City attacker midfielder. Yeah. So everyone in the chat is saying the same thing, and that their fixtures aren't that great. I totally agree. If I was going to go with anyone on City, because I wasn't going to go for 2 attackers and I wanted to spend the money, a lot of ifs, it would be Mendy or Stones if I couldn't afford them. However, if you actually watch the game on Saturday, they were very unlucky not to concede. Aston Villa, John McGinn cut through their defence like butter a number of times without being tackled before getting a shot off. They hit the post 2 times, I think. Ederson had a great game, probably one of his better games. I'm actually going to look up right now to see how many save points he got. I know it's official FPL game points, but yeah, no, he was honestly really good, and they needed Ederson to play well, which is the problem, right? You want them to be very comfortable and Ederson to get hardly any touches like he did last season, but unfortunately they needed him, and that is a big no. If they need Ederson, it means something's going wrong. Let me have a look. He got 5 saves against Aston Villa. There it is there. You see that? So we got 9 points because he got 5 saves and 2 bonus because he played well. So that means that they were very lucky to have him. They were very lucky not to concede, and he's probably a decent option, like if you don't want to worry about rotation. But yeah, 6.1 million. I don't know. I don't think they're going to keep many clean sheets. Now we look at the fixtures. Let's use our fixture tracker. Refresh before it refreshes on us. Ha! Shaughnessy says, I don't trust Pep Roulette, so went straight to the Mane Salah duo. I love that. Captaincy headache every weekend. Who will you back? Try and guess or just stick it to one. Cheap at the back is the way to go, and Grapevine says, do you think Stones or Chilwell? Already got Soy. Absolutely 100 million percent Chilwell. 100 million percent. Because we're looking at long term, right? We're looking at long term when we make defensive choices. We're not, unless we are going for short punts because of wild card situations or whatever, you kind of want to just stick with the best defenders for money. And then you can kind of use your free transfers to swap up front depending on who's got the better attacking fixtures, right? In that respect, where are we? We've got Leicester, who have the best next 7 fixtures, and then after that they play Man City and Liverpool back to back. So that is an issue, right? And that's kind of skewing their data. But even still, Man City in the next 10 have the worst fixtures. They face 4 of the top 6, and Leicester, and I would say Burnley away is also a difficult fixture. Newcastle's easy, Southampton's easy, Sheffield United is difficult, but they should be okay. Wolves away, I'm expecting them to score. They're going to want to fucking batter Wolves after that. Like, absolutely destroy them. They need to set an example, right? But yeah, this is a really, like, these fixtures are during December, right? So this is going to be a really high pressure situation. A lot of rotation, a lot of players playing multiple campaigns. It's going to be a bit of a difficult one. Expect a lot of rotation, etc. So are we wanting to jump in on their defense right now with this hard of a fixture run? Yeah, Mendy might get a couple assists, but if you've not got him right now, it's probably not a good idea to jump on him. Whereas Leicester, like we've talked about loads and loads and loads, looking at the next 7, like, are immediately at the top. Wolves also have pretty difficult fixtures. After game week 17, they kind of drop right off the map a little as well. They play Tottenham, they play Man City, they play Liverpool. But for the first 7 game weeks, they're up there with Leicester. Arsenal next, you might not want to jump on them just yet. But Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Sheffield United, West Ham, Brighton, those are at least clean sheetable. I know Doherty is a bit too much, but there are a few players that you could get to. The only problem is they have injuries, right? Bolly's injured, and so is who was it? Bennett? Is it Bennett that we all had last season? And so Dendonker actually played like in centre back. He kind of did a wee bit of a Pep rotation. Actually, you know what? We've kind of moved on to the defender part, so we might as well just do that, right? I like Wolves. I don't know who's going to be playing in Bolly's stead. If anyone knows now, because I don't know enough about Wolves to tell you guys confidently that Bolly is, if he's got a broken fucking ankle, he's going to be out for a while. And I would quite like to know it was someone that I could bring in comfortably. I would like Doherty, but not for 6 million. He's also an issue if Traore's playing and wing back and Doherty moves over. So it's a bit difficult. FPL Tip says I'm getting Martial back in. I think that's a good pick. I think it's a great pick. He's going to go up. He's going to storm up in price. Definitely. 2 goals in 2 games. Missed penalty might skew it a wee bit, but if he returns, it's Raw says Zuma. Yeah. No, we hate him. Lundstrom, yeah, Lundstrom, obviously. Lundstrom, Rico, Kelly are kind of like soy. They're kind of staples. I definitely think we should be going for, or looking at least. Does anyone know? I'm not seeing anyone in the chat for who is playing. Let's actually look to see. Oh, this is what I was going to show you guys. So remember at the start I said that we've now got Fantasy Football Scout membership. It's amazing. I didn't realize, but they literally have every single thing. Like, I feel like I've been playing with a ham tied behind my back this whole time, right? Usually I'll go to like 4 or 5 different websites to get little bits of information and put them together. But Fantasy Football Scout, they're just all on the one page. Now, I've been given permission to show you guys this. I can't show you the whole farm, like I said, but I can show you like a little bit of the comparison table. So I just wanted for people who were maybe still considering Pereira or had him and were worrying about Chilwell or whatever, I wanted to show you this. So this is Chilwell on the left and Pereira on the right, and this is just their distribution, so a little tiny part of the table. Now, in the actual table, you get like XG, XA, defending, goal threat, involvement, expected, fantasy stats, heat maps, loads of shit, man. It's actually awesome. I can't wait to just like sit and go through all this. But this one here, hey, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, it's worth the one-time fee. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when your stream pays for it. Thanks again, Tom. And all subscribers. Maybe a good point to point out, like, I'm buying stuff so that the stream can get better. The next thing I'm going to pay for is better lights and stuff, and maybe get some lights for my posters behind me, etc., etc. So all the money that I make from the stream goes to the stream. So thank you so much if you've already subbed and followed and all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Cody as captain of Wolves would be their centre back if you want Wolves defender. We should maybe look at that. But on the screen just now is Chilwell versus Pereira in regards to possession. So or distribution, sorry. So more passes, and this in the last 4 game weeks, not the whole season, but in the last 4. Where they've played the same amount of minutes.
Messi to the near post. Messi to the net.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate the follow, buddy. If anyone else here is new and you haven't followed, why not? Gives you a little email. It'll tell you when I'm just testing the stream out, so I don't fucking blow it up before we get big guests on. And also, I was gonna try and make the league like a follower only thing, but I don't really know how to do that. So if you guys know how to do that, give me a shout. Like, only give it to people I know they're following, or maybe go through and comb through it every day to see if anyone's joined that doesn't follow. That's really difficult. I might just ding it. Fuck it. Just join the league if you want. Did you know you can link your Amazon Prime account to Twitch and get a free Twitch sub every month? No way, Tom. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Can you really? So that means that if any of you guys have Amazon Prime, you could link it to your Twitch, and then you could subscribe to me for free? Give me £2.50 a month? For free? Wow. I didn't know that. I feel so cheesy. Feel so bad. Has the league been made yet? Yes. Collators. Here is the league code. On the screen again for you guys. So I just wanted to show you guys this. On the screen, basically it's been there for a while. You guys can look at it and pause it and stuff. But it just shows that sorry, where are we? The total successful final third passes are still better in distribution from Perez, but almost everything else is better. Like, it's the assist potential that I was particularly interested in, right? Through balls is better, chances created is more, big chances created is much more, assists 2 to his 0. Now, we're not really looking for goals. We're not going to get goals all the time from either of them, so that's not a huge deal, right? But Chilwell is almost better in every way in the most recent form. So yeah, just one to think about. Now that is a potential sideways swap I would be willing to accept for anyone who's splashed the cash and really need it. As long as you can make use of it and you're not taking a hit, I'm down. Liam says, I've joined the league, but I know I will finish bottom. You are not going to finish bottom because we all start game week 11. So it's your game week 11 points, and that's it. All right, so defenders. Let's look at the defenders here. Where are we? These are the top defenders of the league right now. So we've just shown Pereira to not be worth the money because Chilwell, who's in 6th place, is actually doing much better and for 0.8 less. And only 6 points back. Not bad. Stevens is a good double up if you really want to go for that as well, and I wouldn't be opposed to that. It's something that I was looking at myself. They do have good fixtures. They've been proven to not really need good fixtures. Southampton are doing amazing. Obviously, I'd prefer Lundstrom because, of course, you know, he's cheaper, etc., etc. But this guy does have 2 assists. That's why he's so high up. But yeah, no, I think I would prefer, like, O'Connell there. He's 4.5. He's probably a better choice. He's got 1 assist. He's 0.5 cheaper than Connell. What's his name? Stevens. Same fixtures. The only problem is these two, right? I know Tottenham haven't been doing well, but we still expect them to score. We still expect Manchester United to score. Everyone else, they're all clean sheetable. I feel like they might go hard and try to win against Aston Villa at home, so they might concede there. Same with Newcastle. But see, for these games, I would say they're going to get like 5 clean sheets in the next 10 game weeks or so. 8 game weeks. So yeah, they're up there for a reason. Obviously, Robertson and Alexander-Arnold are still up there. Now, that's despite... See all this? The biggest thing to note there is the total points earned for the season. The top, however many that is, no City players. Alexander-Arnold has only had 2 clean sheets. 2 clean sheets this entire season. 3 assists, 1 goal, 3 bonus points. He is a monster. He is a monster. He has the second most chances created this season. That's why he's up there. Robertson, the exact same points as him. He's had 3 assists, 0 goals, 2 clean sheets, 6 bonus points. He actually has been doing a lot better with a bonus. But they're both great picks. And see, with this fixture run coming up, I can't see them... I mean, like, the double up. The only thing that scares me in the double up is this fixture, game week 18, with their blank. But yeah, I can't see you going wrong with both of them, at least for the meantime. Now, I do really like these fixtures for the attacking teams as well. The only ones I'm worried about is Man City and Crystal Palace, but the rest of these are ripe. So if you want to double up with Firmino and Salah, or Mane and Salah, or Mane and Firmino, whatever way you want to do it, I also endorse that. So I wouldn't be against doing that. But like I said, these 2 guys are up here for a reason. They're going to be continuing. If these guys had this clean sheets that we were expecting them to, they would be much better than Mane and Salah. But they're not right now, because all the clean sheets are drying up. But you can expect these to go back to the mean. You know, they're on a clean sheet slump, but that should return very shortly. Very, very shortly. We obviously weren't expecting much. We weren't expecting a 1 minute header from Kane, but we were expecting a little bit more from Robertson and Alexander at least. The double up, then free hit game week 18 to avoid that maybe. I don't like the idea of using my free hit when I don't really know what my strategy will be later on. I kind of don't want to do that, so I'm not 100% sure. Claters has joined the league. That's awesome. Cheers, buddy. And Paul with a great question. Am I going to be giving away prizes? I have a big, huge league that I've been running, and it was a bit of an advertisement for my Twitter and all my stuff, and it was the Big Fat Sexy League. And that's like 130 quid worth of prizes. So I think I'm going to just not do that league next year, and I'll just do a stream league, and we can kind of all move on to that one. And then there'll be prizes next year. But for this year, I think I'm a bit too much. I'm too much in the hole for prizes. Maybe I'll send you guys a nice bottle of bourbon or something. We'll see. No prizes to just now. That doesn't mean there won't be. Maybe I get a big bonus next year or something. I just splash out and buy you guys like a full kit. Who knows? But it's free to join, and you might as well, so you get to at least see how my team's doing during the week. So yeah, as you can see, like, we've got most of the Sheffield United defenders. We've got Van Dijk, Alexander Robertson, Pereira, Chilwell, Evans. Alonso's there. He's slowly climbing. I think because of his like 5'5", 14'6". Now that's quite surprising, right? So in the last 4 game weeks, he's got 30 points. Now, a lot of players, or a lot of managers, including myself, have said don't jump on him because A, Rudiger's still injured, Kante's injured, etc. But also Emerson might be back. But see, since they've been playing Alonso, he has actually been playing well. with Emerson for owners, Emerson wasn't really returning that much, although he looked good. But I think it's just whoever plays in that position will look good. That system allows the fullback to kind of get up that high. And Alonso is taking his chances. You know, he's scored a goal, he's got 2 assists, he's helping out defensively. We know he's kind of a yellow card merchant, so that's a bit of an issue. But yeah, I feel like Alonso is an okay pick right now. But again, am I just going to say the same thing? Like, Emerson might come back. Because we don't actually know. We don't know. But for me, the top defenses right now are a double up in Leicester, a double up in Sheffield United, because it's so cheap, or a double up in Liverpool. But you need to at least have one of all of those, and then you can add Rico in there because he's so cheap. You can add Kelly in there because he should be getting his place when he gets back. Maybe if you've got him, don't get rid of him. And if you've not got him, then he is a good bench fodder. And I'm gonna look to see who is the defenders for Wolves, because I honestly, I've got a really good app that kind of shows me who played in the positions and who plays in the positions when players are injured. But you know, it's not very appealing for you guys to watching me on the phone. And I'm running out of battery, so I'm really dark. Look at that shit. Versus fixtures, let's go. Against Wolves. So Otto played in that place. Is he even a defender in the game? Where the fuck is he? Is he even in the game? It's gonna be one of those like Raul is Jimenez's name in the thing. I can't even find the guy. It's Johnny. Ah, yeah, so it is. Now, where's he? Why can't I find him? Point him out. Got him. So, 90 minutes, 83 minutes, and he got a goal. The only problem is he's 5.4 million. And he's a no, he's a defender. He's a defender. So that's interesting. If their player's out and he's got an ankle break, Bolly's got an ankle break, and this guy's going to be playing all the time, and he's obviously attacking enough to get a goal, then and with the fixtures like we saw here, Wolves, I think maybe after game week 11. I think he was a midfielder last year, but he played too much in the wing-back position. Who knows? But I might actually consider bringing him in after this, depending on a few things like getting in Mane and Sterling and all that good stuff. But for right now, if you're looking to downgrade and you can't afford Doherty, or you don't want to spend that much, you know, consider him just now while whatever his name is, Bolly, is injured. All right. So yeah, I'm glad I actually figured that out. Thank you, stream. That's appreciated. And there's the league again. He was a defender last year too. Oh, Sean, we're both wrong. Because I don't know. I don't know Wolves enough. They're a new team. They've only been here 2 seasons, and we're still looking at their assets because they played so well last year. I haven't talked about strikers that much today, and I'm glad I didn't, because it's been a thing that we've been doing very, very often. But I think I'd prefer a Wolves defender attacking wing back, just because they play 3 at the back and 2 wing backs. That, you know, their defenders are worth a little bit of an extra look. It's the same with like Montoya. Brighton have been playing with 3 centre backs. So those teams, you kind of want a little bit more, or you put a little bit more emphasis on looking at them. Speaking of Montoya, just before we move on, I was looking at Brighton's fixtures, and they are fucking awful. They are honestly so bad. They're right at the bottom there. Manchester United, Leicester, Liverpool, Arsenal. Norwich later, or Norwich in the next game week, and then Wolves after that. But like, yeah, that's too bad. If you've got Ryan and you don't want to change him, you know, expect some horrible things there. If you've got Pope, the next 4 fixtures are okay. You've just came through the worst of it, so don't worry about that. Sheffield United could be a 0-0, but then again, Sheffield United have a habit of like just scoring, just scoring 1 goal. Is Big at the back coming back then? I don't think so. I think everyone's kind of downgrading a lot of places, so therefore there's a lot more money, and you know, you might as well just upgrade a defender, because there's a few defenders that are injured and a few defenders not playing. I still don't like Digne. I still don't want to double up in Liverpool because there's so many cheaper defenders. I don't think it's back. We've got Rico, we've got Lundstrom, we've got Soy, you've got Tamori as well. Like, those are really, really cheap players in decent clubs that are getting clean sheets. And clean sheets are hard to come by, so I don't want to put more money in them. I know Mendy's back, so you might be able to go Mendy and Trent Alexander-Arnold and then the rest. But Big at the back, like at the start of the season, was like 4 big defenders. And I wouldn't condone that at all. I think there's a lot more. Like, FPL General's team this week, every single one of them that returned, I think, was his attackers. Because they're just so much better this season. We're seeing such a downside to Big at the back, and I don't think it's going to go away very soon. We might see a bit of a return for Liverpool, but yeah, no, I'm not into it. I'm not into it. Did I want to show you guys anything else? I think that's everything. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. And we're at 10:06. So I think it's a good time to start the Rate My Teams. 6 million and under strikers to consider. It's driving me crazy, and that's why I'm beginning to look at Deulofeu. Help. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Connolly will give you a lot more money. You can put it into midfield. He did well, got 2 assists last game week. He's obviously playing well enough for them to start him. The only problem is Brighton's his fixtures aren't that great. And it's the same with Mapai. Their fixtures aren't great, so therefore he probably won't return. But the best thing about Connolly is that he's only 4.6 million. You could just throw him on the bench. And we already have probably a great bench with Cantwell, Rico, Lundstrom, like we keep talking about. So I think Connolly's very, very low risk. James Tongue and Loftus-Cheek brought Connolly in last week, then played him both game weeks for a total of 9 points in 2 game weeks. That's phenomenal for 4.6 million. So, yeah, you can't really go wrong. IU maybe. Tricky fixtures upcoming though. Both of Connolly's assists came from winning set pieces. Time to sort out your team. Yeah, Liam sent me his team and he's excited to hear me rip it apart. That's good. IU, a lot of players have been shouting IU actually. A lot of managers. I keep saying players when we're talking about managers. I'm gonna stop doing that. Let me just check who he's playing. Where's Crystal Palace? Yeah. Oh my god. Has his stats been that good? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check Fantasy Football Scout. That's what I'm going to do. I feel like this is sponsored. This is in no way sponsored, by the way. I'm not sponsored by anyone. How do I do this? Players. And then IU. Has anyone else got this? Is it Jordan? I think it is. Jordan IU. Goal involvement. Bonus baseline, not the greatest. XG 3.0 on his expected shots. Good fun from game week 15 onwards. Yeah, he doesn't look that bad. His XG is pretty good. His assists are a bit iffy, but meh, that's not such a big deal. 4 goals though in 9 starts, that's not bad. How much money is he though? 5.1 million. 5.1 million. Yeah, he's an option. The only problem is, like, look at his fixtures: Leicester, Chelsea, Liverpool, Burnley away is difficult. I would say game week 15 maybe, game week 15 onwards. Let's triple check. If we go 10 fixtures. Oh yeah, look at that. Starting from game week 14. Oofed. Oofed. Game week 13 even. Oh, come on, don't break now. Oh, session ended. Come on now, don't break. Jordan Ayew's a poacher, so in tough games might not get returns. FPL Dave is sponsored by Bourbon. Da 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 da. Oh, there's too much in that, mate, honestly. Oh no, it's fucking broken. Stop breaking. I'm streaming. Stop it. Oh. Alright, enjoy yourselves. Oh, we were just about to get to the Rate My Teams too. I really want to show you guys this. Right, that'll be for Thursday or something, or maybe I'll tweet it. Or go here yourself and go and find out what, if you start 3 game weeks for now, what the fixtures will look like for Crystal Palace. Because I think they actually look great. I think they look great. Maybe he's changing something right now. Maybe he's changing something. Oh, it's back. It's back. Let's do it really quickly. 3 game weeks. 10. Wow. Crystal Palace are second. Take away that Man City game. Game week 23. Crystal Palace. Game week 14 onwards. We've got our fixture tracker index of 68.4. Those Tim Buyer charts are great. Spent over an hour tinkering today. They're honestly my favorite. Welcome back, by the way. I know you're not a big chatty guy, but thank you for following. The only follower of the whole stream. I appreciate you a lot. Yeah, I'm a big fan of these. I would contribute my top 5k finish last year to these sheets. They're honestly phenomenal, and they help so much with planning transfers. I know you're not supposed to, but I fucking do. All right, I do. Robots can't drink. How's it going, man? Haven't seen you around here. Hope you're doing good. Wait, have you followed? You might have followed. I don't know. I don't think you have. I don't really know how to check. I haven't seen you around here. Welcome to the stream, buddy. So yeah, Crystal Palace and IU looking okay from game week 14 onwards. Something to think about. We'll revisit him in 3 game weeks, okay? I promise. Someone remind me to revisit IU in 3 game weeks. Alright, it is 10 past 10. We've got 20 minutes for Rate My Teams. I'm going to look at 3 teams from the people who sent me in. Not that much. It's a Monday and everyone's tired. 3 days of Premier League. I know, I understand. Don't you worry about it. If you want who got the assists Tom to look at your team, then go onto my Twitter page right now. It's a pinned tweet. Respond with your team to that, and I'm going to be asking him to look at all of the teams with me. We're going to basically make fun of your team if it's shit, or say good job if it's good, on Thursday at 8 p.m. We're going to be doing Rate My Teams, as well as just getting to know them and all that good stuff on FPL and Chill episode 2. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Right now, we're going to be doing Rate My Teams, and then I'm going to be looking at the head-to-head league that I've got with the other Fantasy Weekly guys. So Holly, which is a FF Community _, James, which is Tongue and Loftus, and Mark, FPL General. So we're going to look at their teams as well. Maybe only 1 or 2, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. So Rate My Team time. First team comes from a long watcher and listener of the show, a long time fan of the FPL Dave community, and his name is Vishal. Vishal sent me this team in, and he's actually got a little bit of a spiel as well. So hold on. I'm going to read it. Let me see. I know he sent me something. Yes, no idea what to do. Guessing Wilson may have been a trap. Lol. Not me, lol. He said lol. So yeah, oh yeah, before we start, I want you guys to give me a thumbs up or like a yay if you would take this team, if you think this team is good, or a nay if you don't think it's a good team, and then actually write in the comments or the chat what transfers will you do. So what the fires are, kind of thing. So I kind of want to see a bit of chat, you know. Let me know what you think. If you fucking hate the team, tell me. I want to hear it, because I'm doing all the work here, right? I want you guys to kind of, you know, big up to the good teams. Tell me they're shit if they're shit in the bad teams. All right. Claters right off the bat. Meh. I hope that was to the team and not to my request for chat. Callum Wilson is a fire for me, in my opinion. Yes. Now, I actually was really close to bringing in Callum Wilson. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Callum Wilson against Norwich seemed like a no-brainer. And a lot of people did it, and a lot of people got burned. And now it's kind of like oh, fuck, we shouldn't have done that. Let's get him out. Wilson out, and it's workable, says Tom. No thanks to Cantwell and Hayden. And no... Ederson to Pope and Wilson to Vardy. I wouldn't get Pope, I don't think. I don't like Pope. Everyone's got Pope is my problem. Everyone's got Pope. Wilson to Vardy. I do like that, though. Alright, Hayden is not a fire, because he does play. He's just not great. But he's bench fodder, third on the bench. He's got that Lundstrom, Tomori, Kelly, Rico, Alexander-Arnold thing going on, which a lot of players have. He's got Salah, which is doing well. He brought De Bruyne in at a decent price. Sterling's fine. Callum Wilson, Abraham, Jimenez. I think if we went for Vardy, I think this team would be banging, right? So let's just try and get Vardy. Is this a 4-3-3? I think it's a 3-4-3 when Cantwell has good fixtures, or it's like rotatable, right? So it's a rotation between Cantwell, Kelly, and Rico, and Lundstrom, right? So I'm assuming if Lundstrom and Rico have really great fixtures, it'll be a 4-3-3. I actually think I would prefer a bit of an upgrade from Cantwell to maybe Tielemans or something, or Martial, or even David Silva maybe for a couple of weeks. But I wouldn't say that. Ederson downgrade and then Wilson to Vardy. How much is needed to get Vardy? Right. Yeah, you're right. Why did I cut off the prices? I know, right? So Callum Wilson is 7.9 million, which means we need 1.2 million to get to Vardy. Or 1.3 million, sorry. I think it went up in price. So 1.3 million to get to Vardy. How do we do it, folks? Hello, folks. How do we do it? I can't do an Irish accent. I think Ederson down, everyone's agreeing with. So let's go with that. Ederson down. What about Vardy will be 9.3 tonight? Yeah, I got him on Saturday. He's already gone up in price twice. That is well worth it. How fun of a keeper do we think? Cantwell down? Maybe, but then you've got two midfielders that are bench fodder. At least Callum or Cantwell plays. At least he plays. Henderson for Sheffield United as goalkeeper. Shaughnessy, that's actually what I was going to say as well. I wish he could afford Schmeichel, because he doesn't have Soy, which is an issue. He could actually Callum Wilson down to Connolly, and it means he gets Martial for Cantwell, and he might have enough money to get Soy in for Kelly. Potentially. So I would like that. Ederson to Ryan or Pope. Those are the players that we want him to get based on everyone else's team. But I don't think I'd want Pope, and I don't think I'd want Ryan. You know what? Pope's not a bad player. Pope's not a bad player for the next couple of game weeks. But Sheffield United, between game week 11 and game week 19, actually has the best fixtures, which we can see right here. Next 9 from now, game week 11 to game week 19. Other than these two, that is pretty decent. Those are pretty decent. You might be able to get away with, if you just do the next 4, you could maybe bring someone else in and then swap out. It's Man United, which is pretty shit. Next 4, and no one wants to be doing transfers with goalkeepers game weeks, 4 game weeks in advance. Ryan loves a save point. He got bonus in a 3-2 win. Yeah, that's true. He could get cruel. He got max bonus. Sheffield United have not lost a game away from home this season. That's a really interesting stat. I like that a lot. For everyone who owns Pope, just letting you guys know that Burnley have the second best fixtures from game week 11 to game week 14. And then after game week 14, Sheffield United have the next best fixtures for about 5 game weeks or so. And then after that, if we add another 10 game weeks on there, they kind of have hard fixtures, so it's a bit more difficult. But yeah, just letting you, if you're wanting to, use that information to however you would, then yeah, wouldn't want to put them through having Norwich defense. That's just cruel. Cleaners, he's back. He's always got one every single game week. That's cruel. You're such a dad, honestly. How many kids do you have, Claires? You must have like 50 kids, because every single thing that comes out of your mouth is a fucking pun. I love it. I think I would go Pope just because everyone else has Pope. The team is very, very, very template though, but you can't really afford anyone else. So maybe Sheffield United just because. But thank you very much for sending your team in. Whoever you decide to downgrade Ederson for, then we all agree on the stream that we want Vardy. However, do we want to get rid of Callum Wilson? Definitely. Alvaro Macho. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Appreciate that. I got your name completely wrong. I missed a C and an O out. Thank you very much for following, man. I appreciate that a lot. Alvaro Macho. I'm so shit at names. Please type and let me know what your actual name is. I'll call you Steve or whatever. I'm so bad. Crystal... no, who is it? Bournemouth. Yeah, no, Bournemouth has the worst fixtures from now until game week 8-20. That's really difficult. Yeah. Callum Wilson out, Ederson out, do some swappages, bring in Vardy, and then you've got your pick, Pope or Henderson. Yeah. But good luck, buddy. Right, thank you very much for sending your team. Liam, you're up next, my man. You're up next. P.S. How smooth is this stream, honestly? I press one button, the next team comes up. Ugh. Toot my own fucking horn. I'm doing well. I put way too much bourbon in this McDonald's. I've got bloody nuggets waiting for me after the stream. I cannot wait. Let me know what your favorite McDonald's is. What do you order? Liam. Oh, by the way, it's Raw with the yeah. Do we like this team, lads? Let me know. Yes, no. What are the fires? This is almost like a learning experience for us all, right? It's good to be able to... I actually find it really therapeutic to go to the Reddit site and just look at everyone's teams and just figure out who I would do. It really helps me decide, like, if or know when I'm in that position, looking at players that I normally wouldn't look up, etc., etc. It's really good. That's why I just keep doing it in the stream. It's a really, really good way of learning everything that you can there. Liam's here. He's still in the chat. How's it going, man? Looks great, but no Aguero or Wilson. Tom says nay. Tamori fire. Chelsea defense is bad for me. Wilson also a no for me. Sean thinks Tamori's fire. That's interesting. Wilson, Aguero, only questions. I don't fancy Aguero, but couldn't bin him off this week. I totally agree. Now, me and Liam both wildcarded game week 6. Now, the difference is that he spent his money that we both saved for going from Son to like Salah, but then we decided that that was a bit iffy. We're going to do other things, and then we kind of like split away. So this week, he brought in James, which was a great hit. I love it. I thought it was really, really good. But it means that he can't simply do what I did, which is take away Aguero, get Vardy in, and also get Sterling in, right? Now, Sterling is the ultimate goal here for this team, and Aguero getting rid of. Those are like, for me, with a similar team, it's a big deal. Now, I know we said Tamori, who was it? Sean, did you say it? Yeah, Tamori's a bit of a fire. I don't know if I agree, but like, it's not worth checking, right? Chelsea have Watford, then Crystal Palace, then Man City, which is iffy, then West Ham and Aston Villa. So at least in the next 5 game weeks, Tamori's fine. You can leave him there. He's got Mount, he's got Mane, De Bruyne, and James. A really, really good midfield. To go Sterling, he would need to upgrade Dendoncker, which means he would need to then downgrade Aguero for a hit to someone awful like Connolly. But I'm pretty sure he's got enough for that. He's got 0.5 million in the bank. 0.5 million. 3 Chelsea players feels like a lot long term. I totally agree. Long term feels bad. Next 5, not so much. We could probably deal with that a bit later. I think Aguero's the number one issue here. Aguero to Connolly and Dendoncker to Sterling if he has money in the bank. Exactly what I'm thinking. He's got 0.5 million. So Dendoncker's not yet 4.2 or whatever it would cost for him to not get him. So the only way Button works as your backup is if you have Ryan as well. So that's no bueno. Yeah, but in terms of using a transfer for that, I mean, I don't like Button. Because if he gets, if Ryan comes in, then, or if Ryan doesn't come in and Button plays, then that would be great for everyone. But it's not going to happen. The only reason everyone went Button is because of the Asian games. Is that what it is? Because Ryan's Australian, so he gets to play against all those guys in like January. But yeah, I think you do see West Ham this season. I don't really need a backup goalkeeper. Well, see, the thing with West Ham, right, or any backup keeper is that it's a fire just like anything else. So the backup keeper, the only difference, I actually think it's worse, right? With a backup keeper, you're hardly ever going to need them because, although there has been a large number of goalkeepers getting injured this season, it doesn't happen all the time. And your backup goalkeeper can only come in for your current goalkeeper, right? So there's a one-on-one switch. Your goalkeeper must get injured for your backup goalkeeper to mean anything. Whereas your bench can cover every position on the park. A defender can come in for a striker and you can just play 5 at the back. A midfielder, the exact same thing, blah, 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 blah. So for me, spending more on a goalkeeper that is not playing, that's only going to show up whenever you either rotate or, if the other guy gets injured, it's such a small chance that 0.5 million, I would absolutely implore everyone to not spend it. I don't mind it if you've found like the perfect 2 that you can go back and forth with, but someone in my mini league last season had Lloris and Ederson. It's like, I understand he was a Tottenham fan, so it made sense. but yeah, I just don't agree. What to do with Wilson, Dave? This is all based on using wildcard. Liam's already used his wildcard, definitely. So at least for this one, the only time a straight swap is when you play a back 3 and a defender gets injured. Yeah, exactly. That's the only time is when you've got like the minimum requirement for a position. Like I think if you've got one striker, you can't get rid of him for a midfielder, for example. etc. Right, Liam, you're absolutely right to bring us back to your team. What to do with Wilson? What to do with Wilson? You can't afford the swap to Sterling without a hit, and that would be 2 hits in a row. And you haven't made that Sterling Vardy thing, like you've already missed the money, so that money's not a big issue for you yet. Sorry. You want Vardy. You've got Manny. You've got James. I honestly think you should just save. And that's really hard to say. It's really hard to do. Clater says, I think Wilson should stay longer than Aguero. Tomosa says Vardy. See, the problem is you've already taken a hit. The team's actually banging. There's nothing wrong with the team. The only problem is Aguero. And they can't keep him on the bench 2 Premier League games in a row, right? Especially since everyone calls him Jesus, but is it not Jesus? Anyway, where the fuck he is, he missed a goal. A very easy sitter. Now, it was cleared off the line. Yes, that's true. We also missed another 4-foot shot, and it went wide. He didn't play that well, etc. So yeah, I think Aguero should start. He better fucking start, honestly. Hayes, thanks very much for the stream follow, buddy. Appreciate it. Followed you on Twitter. Mac Dean, thanks very much, man. I will speak to you on Twitter, and I hope I see you Thursday for who got the assist. I appreciate you coming out, man. Oh, Pingu sent his team for next Thursday. That's awesome. That's Tom. Thanks, Tom. Manchester United home, not the worst fixture to hold on. Yeah, Liam, I know it's going to be difficult, buddy. I know it's going to be difficult, okay? I've been there. We've all been there. We've been there. If Aguero doesn't start, you are the most unluckiest human being in all of FPL. But I think you should keep him for 1 more week. Save your free transfer, and then you can get Sterling in, Doherty, or not Doherty, then Donker out, Aguero out, Connolly in, and it's just a kind of straight swap, no hit. That's what I would do if I were you. Wilson is a fire for another day. I don't think you'll be able to get Vardy in unless you downgrade James or Mount. So yeah, I think it's a save. Unless you don't give a shit and you just want to hit the fuck out of your team, in which case you could do Callum away, Aguero away, Sterling in, Connolly in, maybe get rid of, like, where else are you getting to get money from? James down to Cantwell or some shit, and then get Callum Wilson to Vardy. But yeah, I think you're just unless you don't want Sterling. If you don't want Sterling, this actually makes everything easier, because you could just do Aguero to Vardy and leave it. But that's so difficult to do this game week. So I think no matter what you plan on doing, it's a save, because at Vardy, to be honest, like, you've missed the money, so it doesn't really matter. 0.1 million more is not going to be a big deal for you, right? Callum Wilson to Vardy's ultimate. So next week you could do Aguero and Callum Wilson for Vardy and someone else, Firmino or whatever. Double up on Manchester United, or double up on Liverpool. But it's really difficult. Keep Rico first sub and just leave it as is this week. And then if somehow Aguero doesn't play, pray for Wilson to set up Rico. Yeah, it's so difficult, but I think that's the best thing to do. I'm gutted, Liam, because I wish you had money in the bank. I think it was just too good to be true, my fucking transfers this season, or this week, sorry. And I'm sorry you can't follow in the footsteps, my man. I appreciate you sending your team, though. I really do. All right, let's go quickly. Next team is James, our mod, very respectable mod, one of the best mods in the whole West. Couldn't be here with us tonight, so I've been modding on the side. I know, I'm doing a lot. Ugh. No worries, Liam. So James, noticing that I didn't have many people send in their team, sent me his team in. Because he's a lad. Because he's a great mod. Lovely guy. I know I could have used a few teams that people sent in for Thursday, but I'm not going to. So yeah. No thanks to Spurs defense. All right, so here is James's team. What do we think? Yes or no? Nay or yay? I actually like the team a lot. Greenwood, unfortunate. Diop, Alderweireld, unfortunate. He's got the Pope and the Heaton thing, which is a bit of an issue, but whatever. No to double goalkeeps. Tom likes it, just ditch Alder. Yeah. I like Mendy, I like Sterling, I like De Bruyne. I like his whole midfield is fine. Cantwell and Greenwood aren't very good bench options. But if he downgraded Alderweireld to like Rico, then he's got 1.2 million or something to play with. And then he could upgrade Cantwell to like Grealish when Aston Villa get their fixtures correct, or you know, loads of other players. So he's got 1.2 million to work with. He could get IU, who we looked at earlier, for Greenwood. Although you know he's probably more inclined to keep Greenwood now. He's lost 0.2 million on. Alderweireld to Rico, Cantwell to Tielemans. Can he afford that? How much is Tielemans? He's probably going to be like 6 million. Oh, he's got 0.5 million in the bank. At a loose end, swap Greenwood to Connolly, but that's very unnecessary, really. Yeah, no, I'm not. Oh, wow. Holy shit, I just realized that player commands is spelled wrong. I've got to fix that immediately. Why did no one tell me that was spelled wrong? I am embarrassed. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Player with an A. Perfect. Yeah. Yep, I think that's right. I think Cantwell and Alderweireld to Tielemans and Rico, you've probably got enough money, buddy. I don't know if I would hit it. I might do one of those moves this week. I mean, Alderweireld has to be that one. And then you've got Rico on the bench. You know, his better bench. Spurs play Everton, so it's not that great. But it's better than Manchester United, so you could even save. I don't think Rico's going to be going anywhere. Let's check the... let's quickly check the price rises. This tonight at least. Lundstrom's going up, Man is going up. That's, to be honest, that's expected. Vardy again, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's very fast. And you got Perez, Chilwell. Oh, Rico's there. He's actually close to rising again. Going down, Firmino. Classic. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So yeah, so I think he can't afford Tielemans, I think. How much is Tielemans? How much is he? 6.1, no, 6.5. Oh shit. He would need 1.8. And if he downgraded to Alderweireld, he would have 1.3. James, you need to do it today. James, if you're watching, James, come in. I think he can only afford... Someone get me up. Where's my pencil? Oh, shit. Let's do it. James. James. Shout him. James. Right, hold on. Right, 4.7. I'm just going to type it in the chat. Get on the phone. James. Right, he's got 5.5 minus 4.3 equals 1 point... Or 4.2 equals 1.3. Are we all cool with that, right? That's correct. Definitely correct, right? Then Cantwell down, right? That's 4.7. Oh my god. Oh my god, I think we've got it. What? Plus 1.3 plus 0.5 equals 6.5. Right? Are we right? I'm shit at maths on stream. Someone do that. We're right. Everyone message him. Everyone right now. That's right. Right, James, where are you? Oh my god. James. James. Right, I'll give you guys his Twitter. Twitter. Fuck. Everyone, I'm gonna message him. Right, here we are. James. Mate. 11111 exclamation mark 1111. You need to do Cantwell and Spurs guy, because I can't spell his name. 4 Tielemans and Rico tonight, or you are priced out. You are welcome. I want to see. You guys gotta go tweet him. You gotta do that. You gotta let him know. You gotta know. Oh, wait. It's actually what? Let's look at this. Right. Hold on. Cantwell. How close is Cantwell to dropping again? He's already half. He's already dropped this game week. He's at half. Can you guys see that? I'll zoom in. Right? And then Rico is at 94. James. James. Oh. And then wait, who else is he getting? Tielemans? How the fuck do you spell him? He's already went up in price, so that sucks. He's already missed out. Peter's saying you need to clip me shouting him. Do it. Someone clip it. Alderweireld's going down. No. He absolutely has to do it tonight. Oh, I spent so much time on this that I can't actually show you guys. I don't have the time. It's 22. James. No. James. Does anyone know him in real life? We need to phone him. Do it in 2 minutes. What a cliffhanger. Aye, tune in next time. What did he say today? He said, not sure I'll make either stream this week, but I'll definitely watch them back. Might pop in towards the end. Towards the end of this one? James, are you here? James. Oh no. Oh no, I hope he's got his phone with him. Oh, what a cliffhanger, starring Sylvester Stallone. Oh my god. I know, I feel bad. You're the exact same. I actually feel like it's our duty to like message him. Have you guys tweeted him? I hope you guys have tweeted him. Everyone's shouting James. One man. Alone. One Premier League transfer. Oh no, don't hurt the puppies. That's funny. Right guys, I think I'm gonna end it there. We don't have time for any other ones. Oh, James. Actually, 2 Premier League transfers. That's phenomenal. That's honestly phenomenal. Oh my god. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming to the Monday after stream. We talked about Leicester. We talked about Man City. Kind of talked about Liverpool a bit. We didn't talk about Manchester United at all. So if you've came this long and you're still waiting for me to do it, Martial and Rashford's okay picks. I would go for Martial first, and Rashford is a bit too expensive, and Vardy is needed more than him. If you already have Vardy in, you've got someone that you want to downgrade like Wilson, then Rashford's a decent choice. All right, we talked about everything we wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for coming in and watching this drama unfold. I will see you guys Thursday for FPL and Chill episode 2. We are resurrecting the episode because it went to shit 2 weeks ago. Let's not have a revisit of that tech issues. I will probably be testing the stream out before 8 p.m. So I might even see you guys before then. I know it's Raw's going to be there. He's there all the time. Need the result on this cliffhanger on Thursday. I will tweet you guys. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I have no idea. Oh, all right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Oh, I got fucking chills. This is so good. I love streaming. It's so good. It's so good. All right. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. 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 Oh man. Boom.